One time. Alright. Imagine growing up in a place where you're taught to distrust people living on the other side of town. Your parents tell you they're bad people. So do reports on television. Forget the fact that you have never even met a single person from the other side. You just know that you're not supposed to like them. Welcome to life in Jerusalem, a city where Jewish and Muslim people have lived together for hundreds of years. On most days, Jerusalem is a safe place. But anger constantly simmers under the surface. Violence can erupt at any time. In the midst of so much hostility, it is easy to forget that virtually all children of Jerusalem still love to play. Playgrounds for Peace will take volunteers from Israel and the Palestinian territories to build playgrounds for children in and around the city of Jerusalem. This program will allow Israelis and Palestinians to work on a non-governmental issue in which they share a common interest: the intellectual, physical, and social development of their children through unstructured play. All playground equipment will be donated, with the incentive to donate being that advertisers will have logos printed on materials. For example, Levi's Jeans and Company could have their logo on a merry-go-round if they were to donate the funds for it. Additionally, billboards can be displayed in and around the playground to generate revenue for the playground's maintenance. Collaboration among adults from both sides will foster a sense of community among them and inspire them to allow their children to play with one another, as well as encouraging the friends and family volunteers to bring their own children as well. However, interactions among adults will not be confined to construction. They will also be encouraged to participate in focus groups, where dialogue on important issues can be exchanged. There are several goals for this program. First, it will set out to explore some of the perceptions and misconceptions in the Israeli-Palestinian relationship. We will explore other people's perceptions about internal issues, such as gay marriage, or sexual education, or poverty. In addition, we will delve into each society's perception of one another, opinions on foreign policies, and reactions to world events. I aim to modify the traditional approaches where information is disseminated only through elites and intellectuals, and relegate the role of inquirer, questioner, and facilitator to the common citizen. This program will encourage participation in a way that allows people to understand and appreciate another culture, and then inevitably return to their own communities to share what each of them has learned. Interactions of the common populace are vital in shaping the current world stage, and exploring the impact through the eyes of the common civilian will shed new light on unexplored issues. The practical collection of information leads to a knowledge of culture, which contributes to comparison and reflexivity into people's minds, and may lead to practical applications of that knowledge in the form of actions and policies that contribute to the welfare of the people. The purpose of Playgrounds for Peace is to provide another basis for decision-making. The better we understand what is happening, the wiser we can be in making decisions in our policy. The central idea at the heart of the project is exploring a different culture from the unique perspective of the outsider. Unfortunately, it's impossible to have an unprejudiced look. One's own thinking always gets in the way. But through reflection, people from both sides will construct meaning from their experiences and accumulate strategies, viewpoints, and beliefs that can then be applied to future problems or conflict situations. I will attempt to break down the ever-looming assumption of the other. A common trend exists where people hear news about a specific group or a geographic location, and then create a whole environment in their minds, which may or may not entirely be accurate. Usually, what is different becomes scary, and fear leads to drastic assumptions. It could be based on religion, race, or even region. For example, the view that most or all Muslims are terrorists. All Playgrounds for Peace aims to do is unlock the answers that are already inside of us. Emotions are primary motivators. They sometimes are more powerful influences than our actions or beliefs about efficacy and our values about what is really important. This project will stimulate an awareness of emotions and allow people to analyze the extent to which their emotional response to a given situation is influencing their beliefs. The intent of the project is to present an alternate point of view. I hope to continue dialogue, gather additional resources and data, clarify meaning, conduct action research, and search for better ways of learning to think through domestic and cultural problems. Together, they will serve as a force directing us toward increasingly authentic, congruent, ethical behavior, which are the touchstones of our integrity. The feedback can serve as the primary vehicle in the lifelong journey towards understanding. Another goal for Playgrounds of Peace will be to steer kids in different communities from all over Israel and the Palestinian territory to play together. The playgrounds would be open to kids of all backgrounds and religions. Once the children meet each other, the goal is for them to realize that they are not as different as they thought. The personal contact would dispel any fears toward the other group. In ideal cases, they might even be friends. The motto of Playgrounds for Peace will be turning generations of fear into friendship. Ultimately, this project sets out to help responsible citizens invent and build a more thoughtful, humane, and peaceful future. After all, peace is a process, and this will be the beginning. Thank you.